The European Union is eyeing a 55 million euro or some 3 billion pesos in grant to support Mindanao, particularly the rehabilitation of war-torn Marawi City. The grant was announced by EU Ambassador to the Philippines, Franz Jessen. According to Jessen, EU is internally discussing the amount for Mindanao, which could be increased to 100 million euros or about 6 billion pesos. Ria Fernandez reports.
The European Union or EU is set to give fresh aids to the Philippines amounting to 55 million euros or 3.36 billion pesos, which can go up to 100 million euros or 6.12 billion pesos. According to EU Ambassador to the Philippines, Franz Jessen, a large chunk of it will go to the rehabilitation of Marawi City. This does not include yet the investments that their businessmen may pour in the city. The Department of Energy or DOE welcomes the EU's assistance. Energy Undersecretary Benito Ranque said it can greatly help, particularly in their ongoing reconstruction of power lines in the war-torn Marawi. But he said it must be ensured that there are no conditionalities attached to it.
We'll follow what the President said, no? Kasi without condition, tama naman yun, unconditional, yun. Hindi tie up with everything.
The government takes a tough stance in accepting aids, especially when these have conditions which can affect sovereignty of the Philippines. But during their meeting, Jessen said he was able to explain to Foreign Affairs Secretary Alan Cayetano and Finance Secretary Sonny Dominguez that EU has no intention of meddling with the country's internal affairs. He said their terms and conditions only exist to make sure of proper utilization of their donations.
We don't want that money to be spent on something else. We want it to be spent on the purpose that we have agreed with the government.
This is also how Europe's business community see it, although they are hands-off with politics.
On the overall, you will probably not see any country to donate anything without putting any, what you call it, terms, conditions, whatever it is. Because there's always, on any grant, there is accountability attached to it.
In relation, the DOE guarantees no corrupt men will have a chance to manipulate grants for the energy sector coming from any government or organization.
The President is very strict on that, no? Walang graft and corruption.
The three served as speakers in an energy summit organized by the EU-Philippines Business Network, where about 40 energy companies expressed interest to invest in Marawi City. Ria Fernandez for The Nation.